Brethren, I want to welcome you back up once again to the Health is Passion platform. And this is Sylvester, and today's topic is going to be the brain. That is building a healthier brain. But before I continue, let me say something here. The difference between we and animals is the brain that we have. Scientists have actually come out into conclusion telling us that we are super animals, saying that we are just like animals, just that there are certain things that we can do that animals can't do. Though they compare us with apes, even though I don't really believe in that, because I know that we were created specially and fearful by God himself. And I want to say that the brain is so powerful. That is why we are the only beings to manipulate the earth that we are. Even if a spirit wants to do this, it must be motivated by human beings. That is why we are so special. The brain that we have is so great that it can do a lot of things. I repeat, it can do a lot of things that cannot be imagined. That is how our brain is. Research shows that the brain can mold in different forms. For instance, if you want to change your attitude, if you want to change the way you want your brain to perform, it changes in its form and structure to fit it in order to work for you. So I always tell those I normally mix that our brains are so special and we have to treat it as such. Now, brain is whom we are. What we think and how we perceive things to be is whom people also see us. Nobody can think to be rich and yet is so poor. No, it doesn't happen that way. It is only when you think that you are poor, then you tend to be rich. But I'm specializing this in two forms. We have the psychological and physical aspects. These are the two main forms I'm going to speak about. But let me go to the physical aspect. The brain is so powerful that it could do a lot of things, yet it is because of our lifestyle, because of certain bad and wrong things that people take that has affected our brain performance so seriously that the brain is so limited of its performance and what it can actually do. Now, the brain can do a lot. When you aspire to do something in life to work hard for you, I know that everybody is intelligent. We have different levels of intelligence. Somebody could be academically so intelligent. Another person will be so skillfully and with talently will be so intelligent. While somebody will be at the football park, can play very well, but that one who actually could perform well in terms of the classrooms. I could remember when I was young, there are some of the guys there who were actually good in class, but the field, they had nothing to say about it. The same way we have other guys too over there who are poor in terms of the academics, but felt, my friend, don't go there. So all these people are there. We have different groups. Some of them are socially intelligent. They can actually motivate and inspire people. They can speak and lead. Such people are there. Even though they weren't all that academically sound, as I normally say, academically intelligent, we had some of them being the student prefects. That is it. I believe in that. But with the level of strength, the power with which you want the brain to work for you depends upon how you build the brain to fit for it. But the unfortunate thing is that most often our diet and our kind of practice weakens the brain. Now, stress have taken control. Stress is weakening more people's brain than ever. The generation in this world is reducing mental power because of an increasing rate of stress. Stress is around 80% of killers of problems, of killers of people, and all the lifestyle disease is triggered by stress. Stress is actually the motivation factor behind every day, I believe so. The next one I'll talk about is poor dieting. There are some poor diet that really to support the brain. It's not a rich diet, it's not the poor diet. No, if it's a healthier diet, it could be rich, it could be poor, but it could be healthier. That is what I mean. I don't believe in whether a diet is rich or poor. A healthier diet could be purchased by average person. I repeat, every healthier diet, any living being on this earth can have access to healthier diet. That is the nature I'm talking about. God has created it in such a way that no matter whom you are, you need not to have chunks of money in your pocket, in your bank account, before you can have access to healthier diet. There are special foods that can support the brain function, but we are taking the otherwise. Now, most of the foods we take every day in, day out are actually influencing the brain negatively. We have the white flour products. The white flour products are actually processed rice, which are actually refined one. And what they do is that they have no vitamin B's. They were supposed to have vitamin B so that the vitamin B will be used by the stomach for digestion of they themselves. But some of this refined rice without vitamin B will make it so complex. The body has to go and reduce some vitamin B in the body and digest these things. So the more you take these things, the more you reduce vitamin B in your system. This one is from Gupa in his book Bad Foods That Kills You Slowly. He recommended this, and because of that, most people are taking the processed white flour products like bread, the cakes, the meat pie. All those kind of white flour products has become the order of the day because it's just a simple food people just take and buy and go. The unfortunate thing is that it is the ones that is weakening the performances of the people. The kind of forgetfulness, the misunderstanding, the anger, the moral issues that we're facing currently is not anything than because of the processed food that we've been taking. There are other kind of drinks that are really supporting not the brain. For instance, the soft drinks. This one, I can't use 1 minute to talk about it. I can't use 1 hour, neither can I use even a day. But what I want to say is that there are special chemicals used in the manufacturing of these soft drinks that actually have serious effect on the body. Until we understand it and know how it is so addictive to our system, we will always continue to do it. And these chemicals really affect the brain seriously. This one is a recommendation from the Natural Remedy Encyclopedia, the 7th edition. They talk about artificial spices, soft drinks, and food additives that are used in foods. They really affect the body so seriously, but most people don't know. The food additive pollutes the mind and they cause trouble to the brain. Now, there are other foods like too much meat, too much fat, and acidic substance. When you say acidic substance, don't refer to yourself to the fruit, please, my listener. And when I say acidic substance, or any time you hear acid, don't turn your mind to fruits like orange, citric fruits. No, as a matter of fact, though they have some acids, but they are natural acids and good for the body. What I'm so happy with it is that when they get into your system, they turn alkaline rather. So they are not as acid as it is. Some people who feel stomach ulcers are always not ready, are not supposed to take them. That's why my claim you don't have to take it when your stomach has issues. However, generally it's very good to be used because they are alkaline in nature when they get into your system. Now let's go back again to the meat, the fats, and products of all of these things is acids, and they really had effects on the body, especially the brain. If you want to build a healthier brain, you have to stop all of these things. The next one is sugar, caffeine, theobromine substance like the cocoa. It has a stimulant called theobromine. Caffeine has a stimulant, caffeine, and if it increases your alertness for the use of caffeine, then you are in danger because you are addicted to it and you have to stop it. It will weaken the brain. The majority cause of headaches that most people are experiencing currently is because of the caffeine use. Anybody who take caffeine regularly had issues with headache. I tell you, anybody who take caffeine had issues with headache. But the subtle thing about caffeine is that you don't feel the headaches regularly, and when it comes, you may not attribute it to the caffeine. You may be attributing it to different things altogether, maybe because you did not take water or something, but it's actually the caffeine that causes it. Now let me go straight away to the psychological aspect, but before that, let me say that there are fruits and vegetables there to support the body. If you are somebody who want to build your brain, if you're going to work and the work is more of the brain power, you want to use your mind so seriously to achieve results. If everything is about the brain, please stop these things and start these new things I'm going to talk about. There are certain fruits that are there. God created them so that our mental power and our mental strength will grow from grace to grace and from power to power. And one of them is the lettuce, the letuca. The lettuce is natural vegetable full of water containing vitamins, the B's, the B1, the B3, and the B2, the B6. They are really good for the brain. When you take them fresh, not cooked one, please, fresh one will support the body. The next one is oat. Oat also supports, but when you get a natural oat, it will really help the body as well. Then we can also rely on onions, carrot, cabbage, this kind of natural alkaline foods like banana, watermelon. They actually open the brain receptors to support the brain and the nerves so that they could be cool in working and also allowing aeration inside the system here. Now, let me go to the psychological aspect. People's brain are weak because they have made it weak. Believe you me, anything you want to achieve on this world can be achieved if you don't blame yourself. Currently, if somebody asks me, do you want to be a president? I will say no. The reason being that I had no intention to be a president. And the reason is that I don't even believe that I can be a president. But let somebody whisper in my ears, oh, Sylvester, you could be a president. Why don't you try? And the next 3 days, I come across some political parties on the way, and maybe I meet any of the MPs or the presidency, hold my hands and say, you are very talented. You can be a president. The next moment, let somebody meet me and say, do you want to be a president? The way I will answer the person is totally different from what I heard, because there has been a limitless mind so far. My mind has traveled some extent, have been able to see certain things. And this is how the mind works. It works within its limit. And you have to open the limit so that you could be able to get it. Now, what I want to say is that a lot of things we do it consciously, that we can turn them to be involuntary so that it will help us. We have the voluntary and the involuntary. Research shows that 20% of the most of the things we do are voluntary in nature, and 80% of the things are involuntary in nature. Now, if the very things you want to achieve in life, it workings, it pros and cons, and how to go over and how to start it, how to do everything, and its experiences are being shifted to the involuntary. That is the subconsciousness. You see that you've been moving far and far. How do you build things into voluntary? First of all, imagine what you want to achieve and never doubt what you have imagined. Imagining means keeping image of what you want to achieve in your mind. Having pictures of you standing before people to speak to. If you want to be a president, if you want to be a rich, wealthy man, being in your car and also directing people and also solving issues. And people are being addressed of the issues by you yourself and in making ways. 2, there are different ways that you can imagine them. Let yourself be in the position. Never doubt that you are the one doing it. Anytime you start to imagine and your heart tells you that no, you can't do it, then forget it. Don't imagine it. What I want to also say is that be motivated, be inspired, work hand in hand with your heart, move high. Imagine you have done it a long time. Never imagine you are going to do it. Now, when you are going to sleep in the night, do this probably 4 minutes before you sleep. After you've prayed, you tell your heart that you have achieved everything you have told God. You tell yourself, Sylvester, Enoch, Shadrach, I will be a successful person. I will live a healthy life. I'm not going to be addicted to these substances. I'm going to break through of sexual immorality. I'm going to overcome troubles and challenges. I'm going to do that and that. So when you affirm it, I have done it, it shall be well. These are affirmations. So whilst you do that, you are, for Christ's sake, whilst you do this thing, it forms the attitude. So affirming yourself with positive words always form your subconsciousness. And the more you ponder about it, the more your body through subconsciousness acts towards it. So there are a lot of opportunities that are on our way. But if you don't have a goal, you always not have any opportunity. Now, if I want to be an owner of a big restaurant in the world, and I have not established a restaurant before, so I'm thinking of how I'm going to establish a restaurant. Keeping this in my mind, believing it, and being part of me is so important. When I walk out and I'm going out, there are a lot of point holes that I will see that will capture my mind and remember me of what I'm doing. There are other ones that I will see that will motivate me of what I'm doing. There are other ones that I will see, they will rather tell me of the very places that I can start, how I can get wealth, I will get it on the road. There are a lot of ways that the brain will draw close to you for you to achieve the goal. And if we're able to capture them, you realize that it really help you. Have a great day. This is Health is Fashion Platform. So let's start.